So I'm going to give you a sentence, and you tell me who best fits that
Okay.
sentence that I give you. And you cannot say yourself. And the first one is going to be funniest person in the locker room.
Owen Hart. Or are we just talking about Smoky Mountain?
No, it can be anything you want.
Okay. Owen Hart.
Fine answer. Last man standing at the bar.
Last man standing at the bar. Ooh. I'd have to say Shawn Michaels.
Really?
Back in the day.
I was going to say, I thought he just started early and then ended early. I will move on to the next one then. Most picked on or bullied?
Oh.
Sort of the locker room whipping boy, as it were.
Um, I'd have to say Al Snow, only because he did it to himself. I mean, Al would just was brutal with himself of just making fun of himself before other people could do it, and just it was all good hearted, but had to be him or at one point Brian Christopher.
Oh, really? I
Brian
thought it'd be.
Christopher.
Go on.
Well, Brian Christopher at USWA in Memphis was the king. He was that was his territory. So when he came into WF locker room, his attitude was the same, where he was the greatest and he was this and he was that. And my daddy rules everything. Well, his daddy didn't rule shit in WF locker room. Bradshaw ruled in the locker room. So
Shall I press on further, or shall I move on from Bradshaw and Brian Christopher?
listen, they had an interesting relationship.
I shall move on then. Tell me the wrestler who may have not washed their gear as much as they should have done.
Oh, Vader. No doubt about that. Vader, and number two would be Mick Foley.
Oh, was it because of the leather mask?
Oh no, it's because he just put it in a black trash bag. And that was his luggage.
Well, I've heard he was cheap, so I mean, he could have at least got himself a bag after all those years, surely.
Yeah, no, the bag was a black trash bag. That was his travel stuff.
Who would you say was maybe funneling information to the dirt sheets?
Who would give the information to the dirt
Yeah.
sheets?
Do you know anybody who was talking to them?
No,
No, I will
I
move
don't
on
know
then.
where that came from. Yeah.
Most in trouble with the office.
Hmm. I'd have to say after a while it had to be Triple H.
Really? What specifically over?
Just I mean he was always in Vince's office. And then actually Road Dogg was in there a lot also. So yeah, so looking back, yeah, probably them and Sean, Brett. I mean, because they were always in, they were the top guys. So the top guys were always in Vince's office. So yeah, not for any reason of ass kiss or anything like that, but the top guys always were involved with the storylines and everything that was going on.
Hmm.
So I mean, hell, that can go as high up as The Rock and Stone Cold also.
Hmm. Absolutely. The most talented wrestler you ever faced in the ring.
Ooh, boy, there's a few there. So you got Sean, you have Brett, Owen, Shamrock. Only
Really? No one ever says Shamrock, but I thought it was
well,
for his
I'm
level of
thinking,
experience.
yeah, but I'm looking more not just in the ring. I'm looking just. I mean, I've wrestled Shamrock during the day when with no fans. I have an amateur background. He has an amateur background. It would be fun. We'd get in there during the day and mess around. Except for the one time I caught him and I started talking shit about it. Next thing I know, my eyes were going to pop out of my head. Um, Kurt Angle, obviously with his background. So yeah, so I'm not just talking pro wrestling. I'm talking wrestling in general.
Hmm.
Those would probably be the top.
The clumsiest wrestler you ever wrestled.
Ooh, um, Mark Henry when he first started.
Did you ever like were under him when you didn't want to be under him at any point then?
No, he was so big and so strong. I don't think he fully realized how big and strong he actually was. I mean, he would just come with a regular club to the back, and it was like, oh, like you just felt like he was trying to like punch through you, but he wasn't doing it on purpose. He just didn't know yet, so he was just still just learning.
Biggest ladies man. You can't say yourself.
ladies' man in the locker room or outside the locker room?
Outside of the locker room, let's. Oh, hang on. What was the two different answers?
Well, I mean, you had the guys who like to flirt. Um, Outside the ring, I don't really know because Glenn and I kind of kept to ourselves. We never really went out to clubs. We kind of hung out at the hotel. Yeah, I don't know if I have an answer to that. At
Nope.
least not one where I could possibly get someone in trouble from the past.
No, that's absolutely fine then. The most legit badass.
Bart Gun. Bart Gun, when they did that whole tough man thing, the whole idea was to bring Dr. Death Steve Williams in and put him over to be this big badass to take on Stone Cold. And when they did the Tough Enough or whatever the hell it was called, I don't remember.
Is the Brawl for All.
The Brawl for All. When they brought Bart in, Billy said, Bart is going to knock everyone out. And we were all like, yeah, okay. He's like, I've seen Bart fight. He goes, Bart is going to knock everyone out. And Bart went in and knocked everyone out. So yeah, so Bart. I'd have to say Bart at this point.
So you never fancied yourself? You never signed the dotted line to go in yourself then, did you? Did you even
No, I was
consider it?
asked to. Oh, no. I was asked to. And because I have an amateur background. I'm like, boxing and fighting is totally different than an amateur background. I'm like, I'm not, yeah, no. So I'd have to say Bart or Shamrock. Because just Shamrock could just, he had this switch he could just flip on and he could kill you in 3 seconds.
Yeah. I also spoke to Dan Severn as well, and they barred him from going in, and then they put him in, and then they took him out again. So all he had to do was, apart from the fact he beat Godfather really soundly, was then he had to like explain on TV in 5 seconds why he wasn't in the tournament anymore. It was very strange.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
you can't try to make sense of anything that happens on TV.
Especially when Vince Russo's involved. I'll give you one more best and worst road agents.
Best road agent was Jack Lanza or Jerry Briscoe. Worst road agent for me personally, only because of something he said, had to be Tony Gonorrhea.
Mr. Personality, as Honky Tonk Man used to call him.
Yeah, he when Glenn and I, because like I said, Glenn and I used to go up and do jobs all the time. We were enhancement guys, and when we signed our first contract, one of the things Tony came up and said to us, he goes, "No, congratulations, but no matter what you guys do here, you'll always be Glenn and Chad's job guys." To me, and we were like, "Cool, thanks." Like, and he just, I don't know, he had this air about him when it came to us. Like, he wasn't helpful or anything. But Lanza and Briscoe, we got really close with Briscoe. We actually used to call Briscoe Dad. He would call us his sons. It's funny because now we're close with Wes Briscoe, his son. So it's funny. So they were the best.